बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना। सीता और श्री राम शिव जी की मंदिर में। आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास बरो भगवाना।
लक्ष्मण और हनुमान शिव
जी की मंदिर में।
लक्ष्मण और
हनुमान शिव जी की मंदिर में। आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो
ओ हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ
बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में। शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय।
शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय
शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय। शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय। शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय। शंकर गुरु शंभु महादेव शंकर गुरु। शंकर गुरु शंभु महादेव शंकर गुरु। नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवाय नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवाय। नागाभूषण शंकर शिवाय नागाभूषण शंकर शिवाय। शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय। शंकर गुरु शंभु महादेव शंकर गुरु। नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवाय नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवाय। नागाभूषण शंकर शिवाय नागाभूषण शंकर शिवाय। शंकर शिवाय शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय। शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवाय।
राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे राधे राधे गोविंद गोपाल नाचो राधे। गोविंद गोपाल नाचो राधे। राधे राधे हरि मुरली बजे। राधे राधे हरि मुरली बजे। रुम झुम पायल बजे। गोविंद गोपाल नाचो राधे
राधे राधे हरि मुरली बजे
राधे राधे हरि मुरली बजे
रुम झुम
रुम झुम पायल बजे रुम झुम पायल बजे राधे 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 गोविंद गोपाल नाचो राधे गोविंद गोपाल नाचो राधे
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Jattarara Shiva Jattarara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Jattarara Shiva Jattarara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Someshwara Shiva Someshwara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Someshwara Shiva Someshwara, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वती नमः श्री गुरु चरणा कमल भ्यो नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तवासं स्मरे नित्यम् आयुकामार्थ सिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षं गजवक्त्रं चतुर्थकम् श्रीगुरवे नमः जयन्ती मङ्गला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमस्तुते स्वाहा स्वधा नमस्तुते महादेव 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 हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव जय शिवा
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव ओम जय शिवा
हर 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 महादेव हर 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 महादेव
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 ओ शिवाय रुद्राय नमः शिवाय रुद्राय नमः
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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ हर 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 महादेव ॐ कृष्णा कृष्णा महायोगी भक्तनाम भयंकर गोविंद परमानंदम सर्वमेव माने ओ भजु मन राधे गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे गोविंदा
ओ भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
ओ भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
ओ भजु मन कृष्ण कन्हैया
भजु मन कृष्ण कन्हैया
ओ भजु मन कृष्ण कृष्ण कन्हैया
भजु मन कृष्ण कन्हैया
ओ भजु मन कृष्ण 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 गोविंदा
भजु मन कृष्ण 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 गोविंदा
ओ भज मन राधे गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे गोविंदा
ओ भज मन राधे गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे गोविंदा
भज मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
ओ भज मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
भजु मन राधे 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 गोविंदा
ओ राधे 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 ओ राधे 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 ओ राधे 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 ओ राधे 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 राधे
जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी
ओ जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
शक्ति माँ जय शक्ति माँ शक्ति माँ जय शक्ति माँ
शक्ति माँ
जय शक्ति माँ शक्ति माँ जय शक्ति माँ जय महाकाली शक्ति माँ जय महाकाली शक्ति माँ जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगदम्बा
देवी
जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी अम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जय 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 जगदम्बा भवानी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगमकटाइनी जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगमकटाइनी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगमकटाइनी जगदम्बा देवी ओ जगमकटाइनी
ओम कृष्णा कृष्णा महायोगी भक्तनाम भयंकर गोविंद परमानंदम सर्वमेव मानये। ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी हो, ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी हो, नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। औरों के दुख हरो है तुमने, हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल। औरों के दुख हरो है तुमने, हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी, ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी हो, नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। औरों के दुख हरो है तुमने, हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल। यमुना तट पर श्याम मुरारी आए गोकुल के नर नारी। यमुना तट पर श्याम मुरारी आए गोकुल के नर नारी। यमुना जी है सूखी सूखी, बढ़े प्यासी गैया भूखी। यमुना जी है सूखी सूखी, बढ़े प्यासी गैया भूखी। आसन के सब बैठे हैं, अब ब्रज के पास हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ अब ब्रज के पास हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। औरों के दुख हरो है तुमने, हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी, ओ बनवारी कृष्ण मुरारी हो, नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। ओ नाथ नगर नंदलाल हमारे दुख हरो गोपाल। औरों के दुख हरो है तुमने, हमारे भी दुख हरो गोपाल। सीताराम everyone, Pandit ji. Koti koti pranam. Something struck my mind when I was getting dressed to come here. And I thought I must say this to you. I've seen you from 2-3 years old. I've seen you evolved. I know of your challenges and struggles. And today I want to say to you that I am very, very proud of you. You have done exceedingly well. You are helping to shape the dharmic landscape of this country. Not many times people will say this to you. As someone from this village of Hindustan, I want to let you know that at least someone will acknowledge what you're doing and what you continue to do. As a young child, in my eyes, I believe that as older people, we need to encourage you. You always take a brave step, Pandit Keshava. You have always gone beyond the cycle. You have always tried to do so many things that I appreciate. In the days of the Hindustan temple when you were there, Amit and we would always discuss, and may his soul rest in peace. He always loved your ideas and what you did. I even thought about your mom today and how she'd be calling and say, when you're coming. So Pandit Keshava, to you, your Dharma Patni, and all those who are near and dear to you, I want to say that I truly acknowledge your work, and I pray Bhagwan Krishna's blessings upon you and all the Devis and Devatas be at your footstep every step of your life's journey. Sitaram.
You want me cry as the satsang start? You want to make me cry at the beginning of the satsang? Thank you, Auntie Chandra. Sitaram, everybody. Today, between me and you at the very onset of our session, thank you for coming in truth today on this Ekadasi day. This Yagna was planned since last year for this day. Too often people want to do Ekadasi, but they don't know how to do it and they don't get the full benefit. In order to do it, yes, you do your prayer, you do your fast. Too often we think about just don't eat beans. But as we heard earlier in Padma Puran, I have to listen to the katha of how Vaman, the form of Lord Vishnu, comes in the dwarf form. A lot of the times, the only thing we recall out of that discourse is he asks for 3 steps. But there's a lot more to it. And if we do the full discourse, for you to understand what caused the whole thing, and you'll hear it, I just prefacing as we're going in. What caused it was a mother saw her children in trouble. This is where this whole thing comes. The first verse says, what makes my God, the same God last night in our discourse where he comes as nourishing to rip apart anybody who stands against him. He's so powerful and ferocious. What makes this same Vishnu Baba come as this meek and mild, soft, as you will hear, how soft, no weapon in his hands now, and comes to beg, truly, like a homeless, hapless person, please give me 3 steps of land. How do you go from this warrior, standing up for right, beaten bad, to come to beg now? And the answer is, a parent, a lady, is praying for the welfare of her children. The prayer says she's praying for a child. The child will become the dwarf. That's how he comes, through this prayer. Too often people see this day. This day comes one day for the year. For those people who are home and fasting because of circumstance or distance, listen to our discourse today. Use it in your prayer. For those of you here in the mandir, we've been doing different names of Lord Vishnu and other things. I'm joined with my auntie who gave me a sank. I remembered uncle this morning when he gave me that sank from Shukla Pandit sank blue for this jug. It's a wonderful morning, but somehow we don't ever have enough time. Let's all start. Stand with Arati now, and we're going to our discourse today. Put your hands together. We've spoken about what this gesture represents. Too often people shortcut even this. Put in again for everybody your 5 organs that you work for. God, I have eyes, I have ears, I have the ability to speak. That energy, the good karma that comes, I'm offering that on my left hand. My right hand represents things like my breathing apparatus, my circulation. The good karma I took to have it, I'm offering that now to you. Please accept the prayer that I'm about to utter. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grahana devesham trailokya timirapaham. Everybody, my throat going, so I need some help. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagavan ki
Hey Aarati, Papiyon ko
everybody, let's sing together.
अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वीर निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी हे मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये मधुर बोल जग पंथ बोल सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला बेगरी को बनाने वाला ये मधुर बोल जग पंथ को सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती
Let's pray together, everybody. Om Gajananam Bhutaganaadisevitam Kapeta-jumbo Palachara-bhakshitam Umasutam
कविनाशकारकं
Namami Viganeshwara
पारपङ्कजं
Sarvamangalamangalye
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
Sharanye
त्र्यम्बिके गौरी
Narayani
नमोस्तुते
Gurur Brahma
गुरुर्विष्णु
Gurur Devo
महेश्वरा
Gurur Sakshat
परं ब्रह्मा
Tasmai Shri Om Namo Bhagavate. Everybody. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. One last time. Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Everybody, please have your seat, make yourself comfortable. Without a delay, let's go into our Sumiran. This, remember, as we remember, the purpose of a Bhagwat is to upgrade, to refresh our knowledge, help the person become a better devotee to God. Wherever there's a deficiency, most of the time, it is a muddy complex, a muddy situation, I'm missing a piece of something, I'm not too sure why I do or why I believe the things that I practice. I'm a Hindu, but I'm not sure why I do what I do. For example, we've been talking about that Trishul Lord Shiva has, where it come from. Why does Lord Shiva have that cobra snake around his neck? A few things about the same God we worship and we use. But in Kali Yuga, when somebody sings that bhajan for you, Ajan Dhiri, dear God, I'm blinded because of the ignorance that is holding me back. That is where I become my own enemy. So in Bhagwat, we go to the book that represents Bhagwan. And by touching the book, by listening to it, by making the content available, the person Bhagwan mean, that shell, it could be this book, it could be a murti, it could be the shaligram that is filled of Bhagwan means the person is full of Bhaga. Bhaga is for, let me say for children to understand, a unseen, like a smoke, a gaseous form of Lakshmi. And when I make contact with that shaligram or this Bhagwat text, I'm going to get that fortune, that fortunate, that prosperity in the form of closure in terms of the ignorance that I have. It has to move, it has to go. So the person now with confidence could pray. Now I could do the prayer correct because I know what I'm doing. And I could do it with conviction. This is our initiative. But if I do not have the karma, I could listen, I could be in the temple, and as we said before, my mind would go somewhere else. It'll come in here and it'll slip out here, and I know I heard something, but I cannot remember, I cannot understand, or I cannot recollect. Smaranam is that form of bhakti. When the person used to go home long time and if your family asks you, you're going in jag, where you learn? What do you want to talk about? And the person recoils and recollects that memory. Well, he talked about Red Riding Hood went in the forest. And you bring that back. I don't know if you know it, but the act of that brain power is one form of prayer. But if you are a stranger to the divine, the day you have to call on it, maybe I'm lying in a bed and I'm getting a chest pain. The day the life has to leave the body, Pandit Keshava or your guru may not be on the side of you reading from the holy text. Please chant with me the following bhajan or mantra. Now it depends on this muscle to pull back what you put into it. If you only put things that don't have this type of value, the day you need it the most, the person will not have it. So in that moment, you'll be robbed, but not because there's a big rakshas charging at you with a cutlass, but because of your own improper or lack of proper preparation. In different discourse, in the course of this yag, you heard the one thing we're sure about. I'm not sure if I'll see teenage years, I'm not sure if I'll see manhood or parenting years, but I know I'm going to see my death. And the question comes when we talk about sinful and saintly people, is how we use the time we have to best prepare for ourselves, not for somebody else. Your reality, your one definition we kept meeting of sinful people. Sinful people abuse the time that God gave them. When Parikshit asked, just a recoil for everybody who now come in, or if you missed it, when he asked, dear God, I've seen you in a blue form, I've seen you with an elephant head, I've seen you in female form. What is your true form? Lord Vishnu says, my true form is time. And we use the example that although, he says, my children, like imagine you have a grandmother playing with a grandchild, a little child, how they mama guy, and they see the child doing some stupidness, and you forgive the child. He says, I caress the cheek. In my example, I use my beard. I would tell anybody, this is my face. In the days I'm a mother, you're shaving, come on, man. Man, this is my face, it's my choice. But Lord Vishnu says, I am in charge of this face. I let this hair grow. It's your face. You could control how much beard growing. You could control how much gray, how much black. I go put cream from now till tomorrow. You could say where the wrinkle will come and when the wrinkle will not come. But me with myself, in just an example, the sinner in me will think this is mine regardless. This is mine. This is me. But he says, I am touching them in terms of the lady, in terms of the mango tree, in terms of the earth, the season, when it's rain, when it's sun. I control it in terms of the time. He says, but the sinful children I have do not realize it. They live in this Maya, filled that the land is theirs, the country is theirs, the weather is theirs to command. Everything is yours. Mine, mine, mine. I. He says all these things are little insignia, little signs for you to see the mistake you're making. If we realize it, God bless. If not, we continue to waste time. Time is slipping away. And we want this one form of thing. You could get back money, you could get back gold, you might be able to get back health too. But you cannot get back time. So he says people who procrastinate, people who waste time are the biggest abuser of God, if you want to say God. When you throw away this one commodity that will never come back, the opportunity will not present itself where you are as healthy or as, in terms of your memory, capable, in whichever format you want to look at it, that time you are not sure if you'll see tomorrow. So the person who works efficient, the person who makes proper use of their time, that person is doing the best seva or prayer they could get. Principle of Indravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. The Sumiran is starting with, I am a sinful person and I cannot comprehend, I cannot take in and remember, recall. I have bad habits. Dear Ganesh, dear Krishna, dear forms, please help me just for the little while, what I'm about to hear, change that karma and permit me to retain the knowledge that is coming. Help me to not be the demon in my own story. Put your hands together and you say your prayers. Redhi Sedhi Data Sedhi Sadana Varana Vadana Sumiro Badamban Madana Kadana Kelalako Ganapati Kripanidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan Varno Bhasha Bhagavata Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevat Shesha Mahesha Ja Mahimamita Beva Vera Vera Janat Rahe Redhi Sedhi Data Sedhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Badamban Sumiro Badamban Madana Kadana Kelalako. Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. We enter again into Skand 8 of Bhagwat. Now we're starting in chapter 15. Raja Parikshit, the person who is listening to Bhagwat, put it in context. If Saturday, tomorrow, is the 7th day, his time on earth is coming to a close. He's in a death sentence. This story is truly, in literature, you'll call it a tragedy. Wonderful event, happiness, great power, great joy, but at the end, the hero dies. Parikshit is cursed that that same son-in-law of Raja Dasrat, Shringi Rishi, Parikshit had put Kali Yuga to live inside the gold, and he puts the crown on his head. And because of that influence, this very great person makes a stupid error. He went in the forest hunting, and he gets very thirsty. He reaches to this remote ashram, and he's begging this person, please give me some water. But Shamika, the guru, is not coming out of his dhyan, his meditation. And in the moment, Parikshit became very impatient, and he takes when the snake shed the snake skin, and he wants to frighten him now, puts it around his neck. Moni didn't budge, he didn't come out of it, but the son, Shringi Rishi, came home, and he saw it, and he says, whoever do this, is it just how you put that snake there? 7 days from now, a snake is going to bite you as a repercussion for this insult. 7 days is going to pass. So, very quickly now, the son of Vyas Muni, the person who writes the text, Sukdev Goswami, he's called upon by Parikshit to help him. I'm going to die. You have to help me. He says, okay, the only thing, when people make mistakes, when people have a burden of karma that is not budging, you have to listen to Bhagwat. Bhagwat is the only thing quickly will give you the difference from sinful to saintly in a short period of time. Till today, when you hear Saptaha Bhagwat, the person is emulating the prayer method this man used. We are going to take 7 days that he had and now condense as much information, hence the 3 times, and take it in by listening, Shravanam, that form of bhakti, where the person just has to listen and you get the blessings and the benefit of this. So now the grandson of Arjun, the guy on the copy of your Bhagavad Gita, same Parikshit, is sitting with Sukdev Goswami talking. He says, Guruji, now, having discussed, well, let me say all where we talked about last night, the nursing form, having discussed all the ferocious history of how they had to beg this man to calm down in this lion form. His fingers were so sharp. When he holds on to Prahalad, the back of Prahalad is being pressed by the claws of the lion. It says he's so angry that you interfered with my devotee. How could my devotee now come and pray for the people that are trying to harm and damn him? He's confused, and with that confusion, enraged. They wanted to kill you. They tried to kill you. Your father is trying to kill you, and you're praying for your father's soul. And as all the devatas had chanted, Lakshmi tries to go close to him and she has to back off. The only person that was allowed, Guruji, was this Bhakta Prahalad, and the purity of his prayers. He says, I don't want, no, do not, after he said his prayer, 32 verses, he says, Narsingh says, ask for anything you want, I'll give you. He says, do not bribe me, God. Do not give me things that will distract me. I just wanted to see you. I called you in this pillar, and you came, and that darshan, these eyes got to see you, and that's enough. There's nothing else that you could give me that would fulfill or trump that blessing. However, if you want to give me some reward, please forgive my father. The same Hiranyakashipu. Wipe his slate clean. Remove all the mistakes this man made and bless him to get happiness. Bless him to be at peace once and for all. He says, after listening, sit down. Come and sit down here with me. We're going and sing just now. He says, after all that wonderful discourse, and I understand When people attack a person, they could be upset, and God, knowing that this child is theirs, I could even understand if God get upset. But you have to explain to me now. If God comes to save somebody, how does he come begging? What is the history there? I understand the what went on. I've heard some of this Raj Bali discourse, but I don't understand the innards of the story. Please give me that discourse and explain to me how Mahavishnu takes a form to beg like a pauper. What makes him come in this way? Why did he come? What was the purpose of this avatar? And please, if you could, Guruji, tell me what is the blessing of listening or doing the prayer that comes from this. Prem se bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. These 3 chapters is what people fasting for this Ekadasi. People who have sickly children, people who have bad relationship with children, their own children I'm referring to. People who have children because of bad karma now. We've been talking about the flaws in Christianity. You hear somebody say we are made in the image of God, and that statement refers that we should be perfect. However, in Kali Yuga, we were told yesterday in our discourse that genetic disorder, different type of nutritional problems, the things we are eating is what is killing us. The same medicine that is trying to fix the kidney is damaging the heart. So it seems as if you are under attack, but not from people with cutlass and mukdar, but everything you put in your mouth, the air you breathe in terms of pollution, everything around you is trying to snatch out your life. And if we had the focus on parents are truly in a little catch, because you pray, as you'll hear what this lady did, you're in a little situation because you're using your karma to get these children, and everything around you is trying to damage them. More and more children are born on the spectrum with autism and ADHD. Nowadays, parents are fighting to get children to eat. They are malnutrition. So now you have different type of problem. The first thing that Sukdev Goswami says, the prayer that you're about to hear, the procedure, Sitaram, the procedure that we are about to endeavor into is coming from the example of a parent that was frustrated and needed help with her children. Blessed is the person that understands this ritual. Should you be able to hear it, do it, depending on your circumstance, the person gets the blessing. In order to complete this Ekadasi Brat, a person must listen to this part. He says, O Parikshit, please listen. As Indra, god of the Devatas, he became very complacent. The story begins with him thinking that he is now, again, very comfortable on the throne, no opposition. Nobody on the opposite sides of Daitya and Danav is interfering with him. His riches, his position, his following, his influence is unchallenged. And for that reason, he enjoys his kingdom, his consort, the dancing, the singing, etc. But unknown to him, the force is opposite. Now, last night in our discourse, we heard of Prahalad. Now Prahalad is a Aja. Prahalad had a son, Virochan. Virochan had a son. His name was Bali. You know the name Bali. Bali is the person that the mantra chants when you see the Baba is tying the Raksha on your hand. Yena Bali Badao. Just as you tied it, Lord Vishnu, just as you tied it for Bali, please come on my body and protect me from seen and unseen danger. This Raj Bali is guided by his guru. Me and you, we ignore what our guides, as we heard what sinful people do, what Kali Yuga does. The person that is your light, the person, mother, father, spiritual guru, medical guru, the doctor, the advisor, the things and people that God put to help you course correct, change, better yourself. Boy, when a man saying, boy, that man stupid, mommy, you know anything about today? You know about this relationship? I ain't how you can tell me the girl going wrong, the boy bad, smoking and drinking is the way. Drinking and driving is the way. Let's do it. Mommy, that long time ways, girl. We need to offer dar, etc. Parents sitting down for prayers, parents praying, could tell me more than I could imagine about the troubles and struggles we face. In this way, this guy, we call them demon, but I don't know how demonic he is really compared to us. He goes and he speaks to the Godfather. I have a desire, I want to win in a fight. Tell me what to do. He says there is something called Vishwajit Yagna. And if the person is able to complete this ritual, you have to separate from your consort. You cannot, man and woman cannot sleep together. Forget sexual side. Physically, they cannot touch. Allowed, as we described and explained why we sleep on the ground when certain prayers are being done. Allow them to offer in the offering, the little difference when they are offering the payasam, or what we call kheer. When you are boiling the rice in the milk, not water, you have to boil different type of nuts that is rich, that has little oil inside it. Put that, make that is your prasad, and when you're ready, do the havan, do the prayer. Besides the blessings of victory, you will get different type of armor, kavach, to keep upon your body, to keep upon your vehicle, etc. And when you do it, nothing is going to be able to stop you. This fella followed the advice of his guru to the T. Fasting, prepping, and then doing, focused on the prayer. Let's hear what happens when he's completing the prayer. Final offering just went into the fire. Let's hear what happens next. Sita Ram Ram Ram, 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram. Evam satya viprajita yoga ye ati kali pataye tam vipraye adau pradakshnaye krita kritaye pasam payasam havi mantraye nam karatap Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Siddhaya Prahalad Maruti Karkundal Rajanaye Drikshapaya Halam Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. When he finished, right there appeared different types of armaments, a chariot, golden, but it had yantras. different drawing. A mantra is words, Om Namah Shivaya. A yantra is a drawing that has where you conjure the Devi. In all, as a Hindu, if somebody says, could we make a jandi, for example, as a simple example, could we make a jandi circular? I want to be creative. I want to do something different. Could I make, or why, if I ask you, why is your flag a particular shape, a triangle? Sometimes you see it, you see when time to fix that 9 flag on the bedi. Baba, should we put it this way, where the bamboo is in the middle, for example? Or should I put it on the side where you get a 90-degree angle? If somebody asks you why, genuine question, you're the Hindu. Always remember, our belief says that the angles is where the goddess live. And if you watch the drawing they put on the bedi, if you watch the design of the flag, you inculcate the triangles or the angles because that is where the goddess is sitting. That is where we worship her and say, you come here now and witness the prayers that I am doing. When you are present, I will be happy. Hence your Hawan Kun for this type of yag, you will see a triangular Hawan Kun. They are different shapes. 6-sided, 8-sided Hawan Kun, depending on what you're praying for. When you go to your Chausat Yogini, when you go to the place where we offer the dar into the earth for Navratri Brat, it has angles in it. When you watch the Bedi, it's square, not circular, for that same reason. Sit in the angles and the corners and energize what I am doing. In that situation now, his vehicle that God allowed to manifest there based on his prayer is protected by these kavach or these type of yantra that acts as a impervious armor, that whatever weapon is shot at him whilst he's there cannot touch him. In this way now, he goes and he walks around this blessed vehicle, just as you and I do when we are blessing our vehicle. When he was finished, he puts his grandfather sitting, his father had died. He puts his grandfather sit on a chair and he walks around the blessed Prahalad. He says, you have the innate, you have the prayer, you have the mechanism to call Mahavishnu to come on the earth to save you. There's nobody like you, there's only one Prahalad. And before I worship a God that I cannot see, I have to worship you. Please bless me and allow me to be successful in the campaign that I'm about to attack my enemy, and allow me to win. Prahlad gives him different type of earring, different type of jewel, blessed, and he says, oh son, may you be successful. Bali, after getting the blessing of his elders, jumped on that chariot, and within a short period of time reaches to the heavenly region, and in the garden known as Nandana, he beats all of them. No matter what weapon they try, no matter what prayer they were saying, it seemed as if everything fell short of being effective. Things that were made by Vishwakarma, the same fella we hear about, the father-in-law of Surya who makes the Trishul for Lord Shiva, the Swadarsan Chakra for Lord Vishnu. The same person now is trying his utter best and he cannot beat him. So much trouble that the same Brihaspati goes to tell, the planet Jupiter tells Indra, I think until we get some solution here, you should run. This man will destroy you. He is too powerful, and even I do not know how to beat him. If you remain here, you do not have the spirituality, you do not have the protection. I am your Godfather, I know how you just pray. You pray, your prayer is limited. You're not sattvic, you're rajasic. And what that means is, and we've been talking about it, you pray when you need something. You only pray, God, I'll give you red powder, give me blessings in the exam. God, I'll give you yellow powder or the ingredients in the puja, follow us in for children's benefit. When you allow me to get a job, I am praying for something tangible. I will do the fasting. If you bless me, I'll get through it. And then, look how we're breezing with it. He's a good God when I get through. And when I don't get through, regardless how I do the prayers, he's a bad God. He says, Indra, this is how you pray. This is where you reach in your development. You have never been able to say thank you. I'm doing my prayers out of gratitude just to say, you do so much. I hope you have a good day. I hope you get a rest. Thank you for always remembering me. Thank you, Lord. And stop. Sattvic prayer is that type of evolution where the person becomes this dependent person that is talking, natural talking, not necessarily only talk when you are requesting something. For this reason, Indra, I think you should flee from here. Indra did not hesitate. When Guruji spoke, Virochan's son walked into that palace area without any type of opposition. Indra, all the guards, everybody is gone. And for some time, Bali remained there, controlling the different planets, the different stars, the mechanism of how everything works. Meaning when the moon, we talked about when the moon is full and the magnetic pull of that moon affects from the girl's pregnancy to the ocean wave, to the fluid in our body, how we react. Hence some people say you're moving like the moon man. As the phase in the moon is changing, your reaction is changing. 1 minute you're vexed, 1 minute you're calm. And what Bali did, 1 minute, the magnetic pull was under a cycle, it was controlled. And then when he felt like changing that, he would do it in such a way, causing disruptions in the pole, the magnetic pole. So where winter is supposed to be, they started to see changes in the weather pattern because of this magnetic change that we have. When people talk about greenhouse gases and the different changes you see in the environment, no, he was triggering those things then. Because of the trouble that he's causing upon the earth, because of the pain, and the Devatas are helpless. They cannot do anything. The mother of the Devatas is Aditi, the daughter of the son of Brahma, Kasyap. She's in charge of these children, Devatas. Diti is the mother of the Daityas, the strong people that take advantage. Hiranyakashipu is one of them. Danav is the children of Danu, the people that use black magic to get their way. Vashikaran mantra. Potna is a daughter of that lady. They use black magic to get their way. Aditi is crying to see how her children are the victim of how people can see what you have and they want just what you have. As a mother, she is praying, O Parikshit, how is it that I have to be this helpless person? Everybody says the mother is so great and powerful, but I am helpless all the time when they are going through pain, when they are suffering, and I am left to suffer when they are suffering. The person is going through their hardship, but my life, my body is pegged to their karma, their pain, their trajectory. When they are winning and rising and going, that time, Mom, it's my triumph. I have nothing, I can't lay claim to that one. They work hard for the exam, they work for the money, they get the salary. And I celebrate their celebration, but when the pain comes, the pain is mine. I start to feel it in a different way, in a different depth, because of my position. Kashyap Muni, who was in his dhyan, his meditation, he was not there when she's talking like this. He came home to see this lady looking like a damaged animal, physically intact, but you could see something is on her mind. Her head is very far. She did not have the happiness, the glow about her body. O Parikshit, the husband, starts to question her. Dear goddess, what happened? What wrong? Did you forget to offer your water on your shaligram? Did you forget to say a prayer? No. Are you feeling ill? Did you feed somebody something unclean and now you're bothered, you're guilty? And this poor fella, he is trying to piece together this mystery of why she is so bothered. Did a cow die in our keep and now you're worried about the response or the reaction of it? Tell me what is the problem and let me help you, please. Guide me and I'll fix it. I'll do what I have to do. And when he said it, that part where whatever you want, tell me. She says, how can you pray? How can you be normal and your children are displaced, they are homeless, they are in hiding, they are under duress? How do you do this? I don't understand the strength you have. What prayers are you saying that no matter what pain your children is going through or you are going through, you are still able to hold to Sitaram, Babaji. You are still able to hold to your faith. She says, I'm not that type, you know. When I'm in trouble, when I'm broken, it is very difficult to go and sit down and watch that God, that Shaligram you are talking about, and pray in the same conviction compared to when the children are happy and winning. Please teach me a method. This is what I want. Teach me a method that I would be able to use the prayer and then get help for my children. Because of how dismal they are, they can't pray for themselves. I, as their mother, have the authority to pray for divine intervention on their behalf. Please teach me what to do. I have to get some solution to their problem. And she's the person now, within herself, comes up with a plan that she's going to beg Lord Vishnu to come. Because this Bali, he is protected by his prayer so good. He's dangerous because of how good he does the prayer. This man, grandfather, is Prahalad. You and me don't have the example of a parent or a grandparent that keeps you so disciplined, that keeps you so prayerful, that you would grow with this type of example. Think what I say, in Hindu people is different people, you know. We have Vedas, Puranas, we have everything, it's written, but we still ignore the tenets of the Vedas, for example, to follow what your mother teaches. It could be wrong. It could be a man-made rule, but I'm following what my mother teach me rather than what the book has. In other religion, it does not matter your family tradition. I am doing what, as we say, God say in the book. A nice example of that. In our text, there is no way, it is not written at all, this thing we call Lapsian Sohari. Mother Durga says, give me the fruits that are in season, give me the juice of the fruit in the example of the dar. The prasad could be any type of fruit. For example, if I take this fig and I offer it according to Satyanarayana Swami prayer in the Vrat, it says the fig has the sugar in it and it also has a lot of potassium. When you eat it, the potassium keeps you happy. That is why it's on all the cereal in the petia in the box. The nutrition value of this, I offer this, please bless me with health, happiness, joy, etc. But I grew up with my mother doing prayers, I'm offering this Lapsian Sohari, without knowing why the person practice it. Follow it. That is how I know it, Pandit, that is what I want to do. Likewise, this fella learned to the T whatever that grandfather told him to do, that is what he did. Today, he is reaping the reward of that type of prayer, the quality of prayer. Not necessarily what type of parasad, but how you offer the parasad, Sattvic over Tamasic. Let's hear what happens when Kashyap Muni started to describe a prayer that requires a particular type of mud. In the month of Falgun in February, you're going to prepare yourself to do this prayer. It's coming up for her. It's coming up. Prepare yourself and you'll do the puja properly. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Falguna Masya Paksha Dwadash Payo Vrataye Archaye Nidhim Ravina Yaksha Bhaktyanam Parameshwara ye nati Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jaya Samba. The last thing we just think about is the quality of the dirt that goes into your body. If you had to make, I don't know if you know this, if you did, I'm reminding you. If I am making a mud murti of Durga, specifically for the 9 days of the Navratri Navratri Vrat, sorry. Do you know it specifies in that book, just as how we go for mud, the Mati Kurna, Mati is mud, Kurna mean to tote, for this same Yagya, for the wedding, etc. It specifies go to a place where loose women or prostitution occurs. In Hinduism, we don't even with disdain bad talk that, truthfully. Where people work like, let me say, in that kind of, like a club in today's world, go there and get some of the dust from in front that gap. And where the base of that murti is being formed, that dust is spread there. In India, there's a day set aside for widows to pray to that murti. There's a day for people who have only girl children or people who have certain blessings. We practice some of that when you have to sell your children, when you have Yamal birth, where the child is born in a particular time. You look for a particular type of lady, a lady who made plenty children, more than one children, but healthy children. Please, what's the logic of doing that? I have a child, but I really prayed for this child. I really not supposed to have this child. My karma is good. If I keep this child, according to what we are guided, this child will get sick. I could lose this child. So I'm going to sell you this child. 10 cents, 5 cents, whatever they have. Exchange. But when the part is being read for that exchange, and there is a part to read, the lady who is the recipient of the child, who has good karma, healthy womb, etc. Because my karma say I could make whole, keep children. My karma will now guide this child. You keep your child, keep our child, keep the child, but not your karma to interfere with this child's development. Everybody understand me? So in that case, you are looking for the criteria of the lady. And we just do that in different times and different ways. Based on your blessing, this dust now where you live has value. In the same way, in this particular prayer, it is called Payo Vrat. The person, and I'm reading from chapter 16, Skand 8. The person has to get dirt when people have boar coming from that same boar form that Hanuman Baba has, their Varaha. They go where it might have a pig or a boar. They get the dirt where the foot press. Just as how, meaning why that? That is where Lord Shiva makes the pronouncement, Varaha Swami, when you kill Hiranyaksh, where your foot press in the battlefield, that is where Kush grass will first grow. Because you got the happiness back for Mother Earth in that avatar, he marries Prithvi Devi. And they say, well, you bring back the Kushi or the happiness for Mother Earth. To testify for this, wherever your foot press in the earth, a grass, we'll call it the Kusha grass or the grass that brings happiness. Brahma in the root, Shiva in the stem, the middle part, Vishnu on the tips. Till today we use it. Get that dirt to make your bedi. If that is not possible, the person goes under the tulsi plant, them big bushy tulsi, that quality of tulsi where the leaf dries and drops, mixing together with the mud. Tulsi, mritik, go in for that mud. You scrape the top of the mud off. So we would use that in Trinidad when you are using to make the mud for the chowsat in particular. You take that mud and you're going to, if you cannot get the mud where the pig was walking, and you take the mud to make the bedi, and prepping to start for this prayer, you take some of that tulsi mud and scrub your skin. For this vrat, the person does not have to bathe with the gobar as we were talking about for other type of prayer. Let the person basically exfoliate the skin after your soap and so on, scrub your body. Cleansing your body, the logic of these cleansing acts is to get your karma that you're born with, what make the eye work, what make the ears not work, if you understand where I'm coming from. When the person scrub their skin with this, then go in river water to bathe. An example of this is what we just do for 10 days. Do the prayers and then go and cleanse your body of the unclean or asouch when somebody pass away. If this water is not available, river water is not available, then tank water or rain water should be used. Whilst bathing, the person chants the prayer to the earth in the form of Bo Devi. Om Tvam Devya Adi Varchena Vrasam Snanam Itcha Urtasya Namastubhyam Papamana Me Pranashana, from Bhagwat, verse 16. Chapter 16, verse 24. Blessed is the mother that does this, mother to mother. I am the biological mother. Mother Earth, take off the sin that is blocking me. I am praying for a child, or I am praying for my children. A child that I want to have, or a child that I have and I have problems. Kindly allow me to, by virtue of my prayer, to vanquish the troubles that they have. After bathing, now ready, the person gets to do their Gayatri jap. And on a day like today, this Ekadasi, as well as in this Payavrat, the person uses Dwadash Akshar Mantra. If somebody uses that fancy name, Dwadash means 12 Akshar syllable. So the 12 syllable mantra, or the mantra that is used to burn lifetime, every time you use it, lifetime of sin, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is why we say that prayer. It's very effective. On your altar for this vrat, you have a Krishna Murti. Let's say we put blue boy here, you put a Kalsa here, and you have your Hawan on the side. That is more or less all you need. The normal offerings that you know, the water, the Panchamrit, the Yagyopavit, the cotton, the chandan, the perfume, and the other things that you put full preparation. After doing the puja, the person will get up, and based on the katha, where we heard how Dharti Mata comes as the cow the first time, where she gets the name Prithvi from the Raja Prithu, and they make the deal to replenish the earth. I must offer my dar, what we call in Trinidad dar, in other places arg, offer it into the earth. And that liquid that is called milk is offered because the milk is liquid Lakshmi. In all our prayers, when I share something sweet, dear God, I'm offering you something with this natural, high nutritional content. How I give, so I will get. So if the woman is going through, for example, I'm talking about women, if I'm going through hot flash, if I'm going through menopause, if I'm retaining water, the person in their prayer would give something that would have the potassium. My body is deficient, coming down now, and I'm getting different type of behavior. One day I'm good, one day me are good. One day I'm feeling giddy. But the one thing that will keep the pundit, for example, from fainting is a banana. This is why the first chapter in that Satyanarayana Vrat speaks about this. This has a lot of value. So I want to give something that has that nutritional value. In the same way, when the person is finished offering on the bedi, they get up, you put, if it's a piece of fig, if you have it, or at least the milk, anything else you want to put is fine, and you offer this dar into the earth, chanting Gayatri mantra, that if my sin is blocking me from having the quality of the child. So imagine who does this? Somebody who miscarries a lot, the person who is praying and their belly, the womb is keep dropping, and for whatever reason I cannot get what I am praying for. I am praying for a healthy child, but I am only bringing forward children that are sickly. I want to see change in my life. Please, dear God, I am living to see what we heard yesterday. I am living to see my children in a coffin, and I do not want that. With that type of vigor, see the person go and say a prayer. Dear Lord, cut my sin. This punishment is too much. I don't want to go through this again. When the milk is pouring, you ever see people offer dar when they have the papa flag? You ever notice what it is do? The last thing that is do is pray. Be honest with yourself. When you bend your back, is your back, oh God, it's hurting. Blip, finish the breast quick. Compound it. Nobody prays. You pray before. Think what I'm saying, eh? You pray before. And when you start to pour, the idea is finish quick. But the proper way to offer that dar whilst you're offering it, that is when you're supposed to say the prayer. That is when the change, the act of offering is part of your blessing. The person at that moment, a good thing to remember, when you're midway, let me say halfway, that is how long time people, you ever see how older people, just take the time, tip, and offer the dar slow. While you're offering it slow, it's the same volume in the lota. Why go slow or fast? The young head goes fast because they want to finish fast. Fine. The older person is going a little slower because they are praying. One example of something that would be useful is when you are offering, say, a Guru Mantra. Chapter 16, verse 28 advocates using your Guru Mantra in the process of offering this dar. I'm not using the word jal because jal refers to water. We are not offering water. For the puja, for the hawan, kheer is to be used. This kheer is sweet rice. Kheer is sweet rice where the rice or the recipe is boiled but not in water. It is boiled in milk. If you could get the milk that has a lot of fat in it, meaning the bacha born, the baby cow born, 21 days past, so the milk is now clean, but not too old, 22, 23. So it has a lot of fat in it. Still very healthy. That milk is what you want. When you use that type of milk and you cook the sweet rice comes out pink. Not the pink people is hit shortcut. No, to do all type of things, people put soft drink in sweet rice. I don't know if you agree with it. You say. Pundit them is complaining of people putting red sweet drink inside. I used to run the lab with Pepsi, so I know when they're making cola, champagne, sweet drink, they use 75 proof. Google it, you'll see what I'm saying. 75 proof alcohol to extract the red sweet drink. It have a difference. You ever hear somebody say roti and a red solo? You ever notice, pay attention to yourself, red sweet drink have a different flavor in it when it's cold because of the amount of alcohol. The alcohol that is used, it's so pure that in the turbulence, in the mixing, the alcohol is evaporated. But it have alcohol in the formula. These people in Kali Yuga, they take red sweet drink and throw it inside the sweet rice. It have to look red. And you get sweet rice and it's looking pink. Right. So the reason they put in it is because when the milk comes with high fat and they're boiling it, like when long time people used to make ghee, the fat gives it this cooking color. When it have plenty fat, pink. When it have less fat, a kind of brown, let me say brown sugar color. Nowadays, to simulate that color, they use molasses and they mix it back in the pot. If the person make the prasad properly, of course, you will get proper outcome. The yajman should then, after doing the offering on the bedi, do the hawan with this payasam and you feed people. The setup, as I explained, is Krishna, then the kalsa, meaning you put your sankalp, I praying for this, I praying for that, inside the kalsa, just as what you just do for the Navratri. And you just have a kalsa with your coconut or your diya, next day your Durga, very similar. Mother, for the next 9 days, I want to worship you, etc. And then you do your hawan. Everybody put your hands together. We're going to say a prayer that the husband is teaching the wife to say. It's a Vishnu's prayer, but the prayer benefits everybody here. Hear how this goes, eh? I want to have children. We'll talk about how they look just now. I have children. They don't listen. They are not healthy. There are problems with my children. I don't know. I have children. I don't know if they will be sickly. I don't know if they will have enemies. Dear God, I'm praying for their protection. And the last one, dear God, I had children. This is one way the person who is lost in grief because of life's lessons. This is one way when children refuse to take advice. This is how you get. Put your hands together. Take me. Trust me, people waiting online for today to get to see this particular passage. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahiyase Sarvabhut Nivasaya Vasudevaya Sakshini. Skand 8, chapter 16, from verse 29 onward. Namo avyakta sukshmaya pradhan purushayascha chaturvimsada gunagyana gunasankhya hitave. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If right now, sitting where you are, whether you're in the mandir here with me or you're at a distance, remember the name of your child, grandchildren. When the child is having difficulty in developing, can't talk, can't walk, walking on tiptoes, for those parents who got evaluated and you know you have your challenges, the child is growing up, they can't get married, they're in an abusive relationship, sexually, gender-wise, confused, whatever is the problem, job problem. When you have the blessing to live to see a child matured, health problems now, if the person is in poverty, if the person is in some ill treatment, some type of court matter, etc., say a prayer. Namo Dvai Sharinyai Traipadhya Chatuspadhya Sharin Vishnave Gaya Tantave Saptahastaya Yajmanaya Trahi Vidya Atmane Nama. Nama Shivaya Rudraya Nama Shakti Dharayascha Sarva Payo Brata Vidya Adi Pataye Bhutanam Pataye Namo Namam. Namo Hiranya Garbhaya Pranataya Jagad Atmane Namo Nama. Yoga Ishwaraya Shariraya Namaste Yoga Hitave Namo Nama. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now, if it so happened that the lady happened to have a miscarriage, this is not the prayer primarily for abortion, but if the child is lost for whatever reason, and you don't, how do you pray for this child? I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't know the name, so I cannot offer a pinda. Dear Lord, as I make this offering, please bless that life. If my child unfortunately has passed away, dear Lord, wherever that child is, clean that person's karma, that karmic load, that they must never go through this type of occasion where an accident, an infection, some form of sickness that takes their life. Especially, let's reflect on the parent we talked about last night with the boat that sank and all the children that went in that. Dear Lord, the child who got run over with the wave runner in Tobago, some parents really have it hard. They live their life trying their best. They make plans when you hold that baby in your hand. But the last thing you expect is one day I will see those eyes turn upward. If my karma is so bad, please change my karma and never allow my eyes to see those eyes in that way again. Say your prayers. Namaste Adi Devaya Sakshi Bhutaya Te Nama Narayana Rishya Narahariya Namo Nama Namo Markataya Markataya Swayam Vyapuse Adi Gata Sharire Keshavaya Namastubhyam Namo Shanti Vashaya Namo Nama Tvam Sarva Varadha Pumsam Varinya Varadhara Shubhe Ataste Sharise Didahari Pararino Upasayet Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Whilst I'm chanting this verse translates, may that divine Vishnu accept my prayer that I have offered today. May all the celestial beings, may Lakshmi, Sri Devi herself, hear the prayer that I am praying. And dear Lord, I am only desirous of getting your protection for me and for my children or my child. You now have to specify what is going on with your children. This Ekadasi is pegged against the prayer that brings Vaman into reality. What brought that form of Mahavishnu into this meek, mild, soft form is the prayer of this lady. The person who is able to chant this passage for 12 days, they repeat this procedure. They use the 12-syllable mantra, the same Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. At a minimum, they chant 54 times that prayer, 54 times Gayatri mantra, removing of sin. They say their prayers to Krishna, and when they're finished doing their prayer, they have to feed people now with this sweet rice. Final verse of this passage, for those of you at home, say a prayer as well. Anvavartatanyatam yam deva sharidam cha tatparam padmayena Sprishtva hantayanta iva modakam bhagavan Vishnu me prasiddha purushottamam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now your prayer is complete. The person has finished the ritual. By the end of the 12th day, this is where, if you are praying to have children, the person does what is called Garbha Sanskar. Garbha Sanskar is the prayer. Garbha means the womb, the belly. The first place that Garbha Puja is done, husband and wife are alone, and the husband puts his hand on that belly, using things like chandan, etc. Dear Lord, may you occupy this space. May you fill it with goodness, healthy, nutritionally, mentally sound souls that will come as my children to propagate my name. And you pray for where you want. Some father will say, give me an athletic child, a political child, a straightforward child, a brave child. That prayer says, specify what you're praying for. When somebody loses a child, death, missing in war, drowned in the sea, kidnapped, murdered. Why that comes significant? When you don't have a body, where the body is missing, the person's funeral is different. Where you make a bundle of grass, dub grass, the body, you start, burn the grass, and from there now, your funeral begins, pinda, 10 days, 13 days, etc. When the person follows this vrat or parikshit, the person has to be celibate for the 12 days, sleep on the floor, bathe 3 times for the day. No unnecessary talking. The person practices that purity. No set of lust, lusty thoughts, anger, etc. And in that time, the person focuses their effort and energy on Lord Krishna. So if you sing, if you offer prasad, if you share food, Krishna Arpan. If you happen to get the chance to sing for Krishna in between the prayer, you sing for him. You give gifts to children. You find children that have, in particular, children that have, you see some people, God make them with a little bigger front teeth. We trouble children like that. In Trinidad, you have rider, you have a buck teeth, whatever you call it. But in our Dharma, we praise people who have those type of marks. And you give children like that things that will make them happy. Food, snacks, chocolate, vegetarian, making sure it have no animal byproduct, etc. But when you finish saying your prayers, you give charity to people in the right position. Such children is your focus. Principle Vindravan Bihadilala Ki Jai. Listening to the words of the husband, Aditi prayed, Yajnesha Yagya Purushtat Achutaya Tritiya Padatirat Shravanam Mangalam Mangalaya Loka Vrijaya Yada Asanam Kridesha Bhagavan Dine Dine. What? She turned. 44. She turned to the husband. And she says, you know, men are really blessed. She says, oh husband, you're truly correct. That the soul, remember what we said, there's no female soul. The one soul, depending on the karmic load, God says, go and become a man. You have more blessing. Go become a man. You have an increment, less amount of blessing. Go and become a woman. And you know, somebody go try to quarrel with me for saying that. But understand why. When you look at the lifestyle, the burden of work, the pain, physical pain, you will say you have two parents, father and mother. Look at what childbirth is for the father and for the mother. Look at how puberty for the lady, for the man. Pain for one, no pain for the other. Senior age, whether you call it male menopause, female menopause, uncle might just behave a little pagal. But uncle's bone density, for example, he doesn't lose calcium every month. But the lady is literally, something is taken from her body every month. When the children born with this burden, with this amount of strain, she says after all of that, when they have sickness, when they are in pain, when they are in trouble and I cannot reach to help them, the feelings as the softer gender, as the more emotionally guided gender, I am put in a funny position. Verse 54. I have more emotion, but I have to be more stable because I have to do the prayer for them. That is what you just tell me. You ask me to pray on their behalf. You're telling me to pray on their behalf, but I have to be very stable. I have to be very careful in the pronouncement I make when I'm saying the prayer, so that the children that are the beneficiary of what I'm about to do. But oh, husband, it is harder for me knowing how they come, where they come, what they come from. When they are in trouble and they are in pain, it is very difficult to remain stable and neutral. The soul that is in a mother, the body of a mother, truthfully, from head to toe, deserves to be worshipped because of the life and the sacrifice that lady lived. When you look at it like that, how you go and hurt them pity? If you have conscience, how, when this lady talk, nobody don't like to hear she. We all been there. But when you're really saying, Twame, Wamata, you are my mother, at some point, maybe the exercise we have fighting to overcome, learn to fight the demon inside and take the advice while in life there. Appreciate. Baba, I know right now you have your challenge with that lady. No, mommy, pundit or otherwise, don't feel I never get cussed. I used to get cussed. When me again cussed from my mother, I used to say, hey, girl, you feeling good? You all right? Nobody just choke you like a son to go and pinch you. See with that love handle? See with that piece of fat there in my case when she was living, and I used to go and wring she and do she all kind of stupidness. Only your mother go understand. Only your mother you could be like that with. At least for me, that is my experience. Every time I travel, when I come home, I never, when I did not married pray, I used to get vexed. All I do tell she, I tell you this. She used to jealous because I used to only say, Ma, coming home to eat you for whatever time. You had to get up and sit down. And we had to sit down and eat. And one day she said, boy, don't pack away food, go over your house and leave me alone. You're vexed with your father. Come in to eat, be your cook. You want nothing else. When you lost that, me ashamed, I can tell you the truth. When mommy died in 21, for the better part of 22, I did not want to leave the house. Although you're doing your prayers and you know God and everything, your mother is your mother. And in my life, because I lost my father when I was young, everything I do it because, hey, ma, I get through. Ma, you see what? Ma, you see what I do? Ma, I do this. The question was, what are you doing it for? Me, I had a person on the other side of the phone to say, hey, girl, I do so and so. You're going in the people's satsang and you cuss. She used to always pick on me, like if I say damn or something, or I say something bad. Now Nandi and them will say, well, now you can say what you want. You're going to police to pull you again. When she saw in this discourse, when she sees how she children get dragged, the father, after he tells she this in the next chapter, he said, all right, you okay now? You have your answer? You know about your prayers? Go do your prayers and save your children. I going back to the forest. Forget everybody, normal. Didn't care, didn't budge, it didn't bother him. But that lady sat down and she fight the tears. She fight herself. Whether your children disappoint, whether your children hurt, whether your children harm. The heart, the mind, the body of the soul, the body that soul went into is such a personality. The traits of that person, as a pundit, I see plenty time. The child using the lady for the pension check, for she gold, for she this. Oh God, pundit, where you me do, boy? I'm a son, I'm a daughter. Where you me do, pundit? I should throw them away. The same lady that gets hurt is come back and tell you, pundit, I had to ease them up, I had to give them a chance. Don't worry, I the same prayers, they got change. I have faith in them. God greater than everybody. Even the fools will come from a belly. In the case where they make the mother cry. Truthfully, in this life, maybe in Kali you get more of that than less than that. But when you really analyze what make a mother, it's really amazing. As a man who will never know those things, it is amazing to hear when a lady sit down and tell you how she pray, her ways of interpreting what these fools are, and not studying where they reach right now, but where they go reach one day. One day they go change pundit, if you understand what I mean. She sits down after the prayers finish, and she prayed for mothers. And this is one of the reasons why people fast till today on this Dev Sayani, that God, when the person is sinking because of their own karma, bless them. If just to have a good mother to lift them. Bless this person that your karma is supposed to make you lower on the road, but you come from a good belly, that this person might straighten you, ring you, beat you, put you in the company of somebody who could lift you up. And that's why when Ganesh Baba, out of all we devatas have a gym membership. Everybody has six-pack and muscle. But Ganesh Baba have a rosy belly. And the history behind that, Krishna comes to take avatar as Ganesh in one of the discourse. He comes as this old, maga, ready to dead, hungry, starving person. Parvati Mata had done prayers begging for children. And Vishnu tells her in the morning, because you damaged yourself, I'm quoting Ganapatikan Brahmvaivat Puran. He says, because in the sati form you burn yourself, simple language, you commit suicide. Suicide is a serious thing. And because of that act, you're going to have now to pay. All these children you are praying for, you will never have biological children. Krishna now come in the night, me and you would have clear up with fridge and tell everybody, go home, don't come here. Krishna come knocking on the door. Mother, I am hungry, I've been praying and I'm begging you, please, please, please feed me. If you don't feed me, I'll go dead now. till today, when the Hare Krishna have their feasts, you will see them make 108 dishes, different amount, massive cooking. And it is reminiscent of moments like this. She take the old boy and put him in the middle of the floor. And she starts to take out so much to carry that in the description, it couldn't fit in front of him. So she started to go around him. So the old boy says, "Mother, I just wanted a little morsel of food. What is all this?" She says, "There are 6 types of mother. The biological is one. The mousy, the mother sister, the aunt is another one. The father sister is another one. The one who beat you, scold you, straighten you, guide you, that is one. The stepmother, not blood related. And then it have the total stranger, but the criteria is she feed you." She says, "Today, because I feed you, I am your mother. Adjust yourself with that. That is why I could take out how much food I want for you today." He says, "Ma, but if you continue, my belly will swell. I will get big." She stopped by the door and she says, "I am your mother. If I bless you with food and your belly have to get big, well, then I am telling you, let your belly get big." That is why he kept that form in that way. There is no pity, there is no murti, there is no record of Ganesh ever being fit or slim because of that. When you hear the singers are talking Lambo, Dada Lambo, the one with that big form, because he absorbed the blessing of his mother who fed him. And because of that, that is the significance of that belly that he has. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. When people do this discourse on today in the fullest form, just as how this mother is able to do it, this is the making of Vaman. When she finished the prayer, she is praying in her mind, "Lord Vishnu, you have to come and save my children." That is all she said. "I don't know how you're coming. I don't know what you're coming as. You could come as lion, you just come as fish. I cannot tell you how to come. Come. If you come, you are the solution. You have the knowledge to fix this." And that is where she stopped. As we pause in this section before we go into tonight's discourse, where we'll continue with this Skand 8 to wrap up the making of the 3 steps and where Bali ends up later on as the worker for Krishna, how he comes back to help Krishna do a particular piece of work. It is because of this prayer that Vaman is created. The person who listens to this prayer, the person who recites this prayer, the person who causes others to listen to this discourse, that person will have happiness and healthy, happy children. When the person who has lost children, whether miscarried or lived to see the children die, God bless people like that to rise above that type of karma, that they in subsequent birth will never have to see that pain, that suffering ever again. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Before we do final arti, let me ask, I have 1 or 2 singers with me on stage. They'll give me one little chant, and then I'll ask Auntie Chandra to give me a chant before we do arti. Because it is the Ekadasi, in this vrat, you have to make a time to express your love for the Lord in the singing. So it is really nice that all you could have the time. Auntie Chan, thanks for coming today. I mean that for being here. You add to the quality of our prayer. Everybody sitting where you are, part of your prayer today, just sing along a little bit, chant with them, clap with them as part of your prayers to get the fullness of the blessing. Prem se bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai.
Krishna, Krishna Hare, Shama Hare, Krishna Hare, Shama Hare, Radha Govinda Hare, Meera Gopal Hare, Krishna Hare, Shama Hare, कृष्ण हरे श्याम हरे राधा गोविंद हरे मीरा गोपाल हरे वृंदावन पालना माधव नीरजलोचना वृंदावन पालना माधव नीरजलोचना मुरलीधर गिरिधर गीताचार्य नारायण कृष्ण हरे श्याम हरे कृष्ण हरे श्याम हरे राधा गोविंद हरे मीरा गोपाल हरे नंदात्मज पावन केशव सावरे मोहन नंदात्मज पावन केशव सावरे मोहन नटनागर सुंदर गोपीकांत गोवर्धन कृष्ण हरे श्याम हरे कृष्ण हरे श्याम हरे राधा गोविंद हरे मीरा गोपाल हरे राधा गोविंद हरे
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय 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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरि मुरारी Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari. He Nat Narayana Vasudeva. He Nat Narayana Vasudeva. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal 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 Jai Jai.
Prem Sabula Vindravan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So we have Pandit Rajendra with us. I believe people who need Jarin will get help today. He did his job. Pandit Devchan is with us, and because of the religious nature of today, Baba, it have people who need little Jari help and thing. Please oblige them and help them. Excuse. Everybody, as time run away from me, let's all stand now as we do our final arati for this session. As we bring the curtain down on this part, and we'll join again for this evening session. Everybody put your hands together. Prabhu, thank you that on this particular day, where people who know about this type of vrat waited for this Ekadasi, this Dev Shani Ekadasi, to get the blessings, to get the benefit, to do the job, to do the Havan, for the period of time since Pandit Harish came this morning. Parents, grandparents have been doing Havan constantly. Sunday when we're concluding, everybody is invited to come and receive some of that ashes. What we just do is package it out for everybody, carry it home, mop the house, bathe the children, wear it on your body, so that the blessing, the vibration of this amount of jap, these are the reasons. For example, if you get from Sai Baba's ashram, the vibhuti is the same basma from the Havan. Dear God, please bless us with health and strength and your choices, blessing in the form of protection. Please look after those children that are on the job, that are on the roadway, with all the infectious diseases that are going around. Please protect them. Thank you for the opportunity to pray. Thank you for the opportunity to be in a circle of people doing good. Dear God, bless me to be a better person in your presence. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grahana devesham Trailokya timidapaham. Everybody help me. Jai Jai Bhagwat.
Hey Arati, papiyon ko paap se htar. Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki. Hey Arati, papiyon ko paap se htar. Ye amar grant, ye mukti pant, ye की मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से तारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। ये मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये मधुर बोल जगबंद खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जगबंद खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। प्रभु की महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
Hey, come on, everybody, let's sing a little bit.
आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे नंद नंद गोपाल। ओ गोपाला गोपाला हरि गोपाला, ओ हरि गोपाला, ओ हरि गोपाला, ओ हरि गोपाला, गोपाल गोपाला हरि गोपाल, गोपाला गोपाला गोपाला।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च
सखा त्वमेव,
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रविणं Tvameva
Tvameva Sarvam
Mama Deva Deva
Tvameva Sarvam
Mama Deva Deva.
Together everybody. Om Shanti
Shanti
Shanti Hari Om. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai. Jai Jai. Sitaram. Sitaram everybody. Please have your seat. Prasad, Arti, Charan Amrit coming around. Meals prepared for everybody. Please have something. If you would like to get jari, sometimes people have different infection in the hair root, causing, when we were in school, we used to call it cattle boil, but it's really an infected hair root in the eye, or your hair is falling because of the job that was done today and every day in the prayer. Come by Baba and them, let them jari you. We have kush grass on one side, we have the peacock feather on the other side. A little blessing does go a long way when done correctly, when on the correct day. Make sure and do that. In addition, the children, starting by the lead salesman here, this is Vishal. They are selling some stuff that we brought from India. It is polystone, it is shaligram, genuine stuff. But as you will see, for the quality, we kept the price very, very reasonable. He's fighting me to get me to raise the price. When you go outside, you're going to see what it is. What it for, we planning to do 2 hamper drives before school open. In the Yag, we've been giving out instruments that people, the children grow up, and the tabla and the dolak and those things just sit in there. So when they bring books, school books, and we have that come in after the Bhagwat finish, in the Bhagwat meeting children, we giving them, I have 4 tablas to give away, we already give away 3 nal, etc. We're going to do the hamper as these children home. And people do donate grains. The problem is when we have to buy for the young ladies things like the feminine napkin because of the cost. So we're selling these things outside. Please check them out, see what you could do. It have, in the ashram, it have the links machine if you need it. They told me to make sure and say that. But it's some really nice murti, and I think all this Swatik lingam and those things sell out, but it still have shaligram there if you want. Please check them on your way out. Please, I'm not sure what they cooked today, Auntie Shaliza and Auntie Alicia, that's the boss, and eat, and if it have extra, please carry. On this Ekadasi day, if you could feed somebody, anybody, even if it's your puppy, carry a little parsad and feed somebody. Sitaram. Everybody will be starting back just now. Rishi, I know you had to cancel something to be here today. Thank you very much on behalf of everybody for changing that plan on behalf of everybody. Andy Chandra, thank you for joining with me. All singers, everybody. God bless all of you. We really appreciate it. I hope you have time to come. Sit down, everybody.